Greetings to everybody. English humor is often seen as one of the most unique and difficult types of humor to understand. It is closely connected to British culture, history, and everyday life, and reflects the national character of the people. As a result, many intelligent British jokes leave international audiences confused, as humor becomes a special kind of language that not everyone understands. We try to find out roots of modern English humor. Today, we'd like to present the results of our research entitled Comic Models of Jérôme, Saki, and Wudgauzа as the foundation of modern British humor. The object of the study is the humorous prose of British writers of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The subject of the research is the linguistic and stylistic mechanisms of creating a comic effect. The aim of the research is to analyze and compare the comic mechanisms used by Jérôme, Saki, and Wudgauzа, and to determine their influence on modern British humor. The material of the research includes the works of Jérôme, Three Men in a Boat, To Say Nothing of the Dog, Hector Human Raw, Saki, The Open Window, P.G. Wudgauzà, Jeeves Take Charge. The following tasks are set: to analyze key comic devices in the works of Jérôme, Saki, and Wudgauzà, irony, hyperbola, wordplay, to compare their approaches to humor and assess their role in shaping English humorous literature of the late 19th, early 20th centuries, to highlight their influence on modern British humor in literature, media, and culture. The following methods were used: linguistic analysis, descriptive method, comparative analysis, contextual analysis. Among the theoretical sources considered were works by Блинова, Савина, Габидуллина, Жарикова, Самохина, Болдырева, Иваненко, Рычко, and foreign researchers like Fox, Honeka, Santayana. Our findings are the following. Jérôme, domestic psychological model. His comedy is based on self-irony, exaggeration, and detailed descriptions of ordinary life, creating a warm and relatable comic effect. I thought, what an interesting case I must be from a medical point of view. What an acquisition I should be to a class. Students would have no need to walk the hospitals if they had me. I was a hospital in myself. This example of comparison and exaggeration at the same time creates the effect of irony and supports our conclusion. Saki, shock ironic satirical model. Contrast, unexpected plot twists, black humor, psychological manipulation. The comic effect is created through contrast between polite behavior and hidden cruelty, often leading to unexpected endings. She rattled on cheerfully about the shooting. To Frampton, it was all purely horrible. It seems unbelievable to speak about the shooting in a funny manner. Wudgauzà, aesthetic linguistic model, wordplay, metaphors, rhythmic syntax, witty dialogue. His humor is elegant and highly linguistic. Wordplay, rhythm, witty dialogues, and comic metaphors make language the main source of humor. You would not enjoy Nietzsche, sir. He is fundamentally unsound. The remark sounds extremely polite, but in a sense it's a subtle jab at the host's intelligence. Modern British humor inherits many features from these authors: irony and understatement, intellectual wordplay, absurd situations. These elements are widely used in modern media. Continuity of British comic traditions is evident from classic writers to contemporary authors like Terry Pratchett, Douglas Adams, and Helen Fielding. In modern literature, these mechanisms are adapted to new themes, including technology, media, and everyday cultural anxieties. The same tradition is visible in contemporary British television, including Fleabag, The IT Crowd, and Black Books, where intellectual play, paradox, and social satire continue to shape the distinctive voice of British humor. Jérôme, Saki, and P.G. Wudgauzà share key comic techniques, paradox, irony, contrast, and linguistic play that underpin British humor. Each represents a distinct style within the tradition, and together they shaped a rich model of English comic discourse, from everyday domestic humor to refined intellectual wit. Their influence remains strong in modern British literature, television, stand-up comedy, and satire, where irony, absurdity, and wordplay continue to dominate. Thanks for your attention.